All right. Welcome everybody to CLoL 2022. It's week one. This is Oregon Tech versus UCSC, University of California, Santa Cruz. We're going to be getting into game fairly soon-ish, I think. There's a lot going on, and we only have two people here to run the stream with. The players are queuing up into the lobby right now. So we're going to be getting ready to bring that to you pretty soon here. We can go over some of the new... Sorry, I just got some wording back. I'm Celsius, by the way, joined by Soulsbound, the previous jungler for Oregon Tech Gaming. So while we have this time here, do you want to go over some of the new members that you see here?
Okay, so starting off, I see that there are 4 new members of the team.
Yep.
Starting off with our mid laner, Sia Soap. I've seen that he's played LeBlanc. And
he plays a lot of LeBlanc. He's also got some of those weird picks like the Fizz, the A-Soul.
Okay, his A-Soul's pretty good.
Yeah, he pulled that out in tryouts, and he's on the team. So
yeah, and we have OTG Desmos for the jungle.
Yep, new jungler this year.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let his rank deceive you. Definitely a very good jungler, and we're looking forward to seeing him be playing today. Very good with flexing around, picking up a bunch of different junglers from what I've seen.
And in the bot lane, we have Tomato Jiahuang. I think that's how you pronounce it. And he's playing with Let's Roll Drew, who was a previous member of the team. And starting for the top lane, we have Crossflames, also a new member of the team.
Yep. The biggest change here is Oregon Tech losing its star player from last year, Diamond 5, who has moved on to an administrative position in Oregon Tech Gaming. So moved out of that bot lane and into an office. So we have Tomato coming in to fill some big shoes, along with Let's Roll Drew, the only returning member from last year.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting lineup for us because we're about to see all our new players in action for the first time.
They've been working very hard. We have, I think, one player on the bench, Omega Chief, who did play last year, actually. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he comes off the bench, what they can do with some of their new top lane picks, as they are role swapping into top lane now.
Yep. And the meta is definitely different from last season of CLoL, so we'll see a lot of new comps coming through. We'll see a lot of new combos. And I'm pretty sure the bot lane is going to be changing a lot. Because we used to run a lot of Kai'Sa before. But that's probably going to change due to Diamond 5 no longer being with us.
Yeah, last year the general strategy was Diamond 5 is the best player by far. So let's draft around winning bot.
Yep.
So you played a lot of those aggressive ganking junglers to help get bot ahead. There were a lot of bot-focused comps. I think one of the ones that stood out to me from last year was the Taric Vayne composition.
Yeah, some of those comps are coming out of the dead too. I'm seeing a lot more Senna Tom Kench coming back due to the recent buffs. So we should have a lot more exciting gameplay. However, the meta has changed. It no longer revolves around bot lane, it revolves around the mid lane.
For sure. With
the Victor pick and the Corki picks coming out, and possibly Vex. There's just a lot of new items that changed the way that the game works. Also, new dragons coming out.
New dragons might be, they might be a factor, they might not. It's entirely possible if they don't even show up.
Yeah, if they don't show up, then you won't see a difference, but the new Chemtech dragon and new Hextech dragon are pretty strong compared to the other dragons.
Yep. Definitely that Chemtech dragon. A lot of people are talking about that one. So we're going to be maybe seeing how that's going to be affecting it. And I have a quick little insight into the Santa Cruz players here. Slug Gaming, as they...
Slugs.
I'm trying to open up their Battlefy page here, but it's not really wanting to, so that's fun. Team. Nope. What if I click on them here? There we go. I have their OPGG up. I'm trying to figure out who their active lineup is. So their active lineup right now is Happens in the top lane. That's a Toad, middle lane. Yunjia support, boosting jungle, and dissimulate bottom with Ethereum as a substitute. Some of those, we can have a quick look at what they're going to be playing here. We got Happens up. I'm seeing a lot of Kale.
Yeah, Kale mid's decent right now.
I'm seeing a lot of Kale.
So there's a chance that she might whip it out. It's not as strong as previous seasons where it was an instant win by locking it. Last CLoL season, I remember that being an issue.
That, yeah. So we got the Kale, the Lux, looks like a little bit. So I'm expecting to see that pretty high on the pick ban priority for both teams. We got boosting here. I've been playing a lot of Kha'Zix. Yeah.
Just a lot of Kha'Zix. I guess I see Hecarim in there and
some Hecarim, some meta junglers, Zhao, Diana.
Mostly just looking like Kha'Zix though. Yeah.
So I'm expecting that. Probably falling back on the Hecarim if that gets banned out, which I kind of hope that OAT does to kind of protect their jungle and enable the rest of their map.
Yeah.
Dissimulate.
Or they could also lock it too. Yeah.
We have Dissimulate here. Looks like a lane swap from mid lane, top lane to bot lane here for this season of CLoL.
Yeah, completely changes it up. We're seeing some Samira and Jhin and Jinx around here. Jhin and Jinx are the two strongest ADCs currently. So it does make sense to see those.
Yep.
The meta just recently changed for Twitch. AP Twitch just came into the game. And Kai'Sa, this new Kai'Sa build with Everscreen came back, so we might see a little bit of that.
Yep. That. I mean, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what we see in the bot lane. I don't know what Oregon Tech's been practicing. I don't know what this team's been practicing either. We got Yunjia up next, their support. Enchanters seems like their primary go-to, but there's a couple of those tanky engaged supports on there as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty good mix between Lulu, Karma, Knot, and Thresh.
Yep. So hopefully we can see some pretty good drafts from both these teams here. Looks like we're still joining up. I see all of UCSC in the lineup, but I'm still waiting for Oregon Tech. So where they are, they're also going to be, from what this looks like, from what it looks like here, we're going to have Oregon Tech on red side game 1 and UCSC on blue side. So what are some expected differences on draft we might see from that based on the pick and ban and stuff like that?
So many people probably don't know about this, but there's a bug on the blue side of the map that the mid inhib, you can hit it from further away than the red side inhibs, and no one knows why this exists or why it went through. That is a pretty big issue, but we might see some Caitlyn setups, especially from the enemy team on red side, because they have the bot lane advantage with Caitlyn with their traps. Having that anti-siege potential down there might help them a lot. Having Jinx could be good for Baron fights top side for the enemy team. Our team could be drafting a little bit more dive just to counter that out, but for right now, it's a lot of speculation. It definitely depends on the dragons who gets ahead, because that definitely affects the game. If we see a mountain, then that changes the entire strategy for blue versus red side. Or if we see a Chemtech dragon, and if we see a Hextech dragon, then all that positioning no longer comes to play due to the funny teleports that exist in the game. So we'll see a lot of different changes.
New teleport changes might come in and be very influential.
Yeah.
For sure.
And river walking might be abused a little bit here and there.
Yep.
Pretty strong.
So all the players are loaded up. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get in to game here in a second. Looks like both teams running their starting lineups. I don't see any substitutes in here. The content has run out, but if you're joining us online on Twitch, thanks for stopping by. You can join our Discord at discord.gg/OregonTechGaming. Right now we're in our new esports lounge, which is where we're streaming this from, which we're working on and hoping to have open fairly soon. We've got these nice chairs. I can't see the logo on mine, but
nice Cooler Master up here.
So we're not sponsored, but hit us up. So we're going to be getting this ready. So if you are on the Klamath Falls campus and you go to Oregon Tech, keep your eye out for this come spring term. We're going to be having lots of events in here and stuff like that. We've got this TV up in the back. Very nice TV.
Yeah, huge TV.
A switch on that thing. This is going to be a really great spot in the future. Still waiting.
We're waiting on their starting up lineups, but at least we know there's no subs, so there won't be any randomness mixed in. We can only speculate. We're going to lock in.
3:04. So, yeah, I mean, games can start any second now.
Yeah.
This is for the West Coast Conference. This is day 1. Yep. Week 1, game 1. This is a best of 3 set. I believe Oregon Tech is seated 27th in the West Coast, which is better than last year. Mm-hmm. No offense. So I'm hoping to see that we drafting clients. Sounds good. So it looks like they're going to be getting ready soon, or they're just talking about a conversation that happened 5 minutes ago. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, they should be getting to gear up soon because they have to start within, 10 minutes?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, if they don't start within 15 minutes, we're allowed to leave?
Yeah,
I'm
legally.
Ready. Great, one ready. Okay, we got ours. So we should be coming up into draft here soon. We're on a 2-minute delay on our side. Hello, everybody in the past. Or future, I guess? I don't know.
No, we're in the future.
We're in the
past.
Well, are we?
Well, no, we're in the past.
They're going to see what we did. They're going to see what we're doing right now 2 minutes from now. So we're kind of in the future.
We're in both, actually.
Yeah.
We're like the Time Lords.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
A lot more sense.
Okay. Yeah. Waiting for coach to come in lobby for draft. All right.
All right, and the coach just entered. We're about to start.
So we should be getting into this soon. Hopefully our production tools work well. I downloaded them off GitHub this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to use the console to open them. So that's either a really good sign or a not so good sign. Let's see.
Almost. We're almost there.
It's looking good, I think. Okay, we got ours. We got ours.
Yeah.
R. There's pirates out here. We got game.
All right,
we're going into draft. Oh, it looks so good.
Ah, yes.
Look at that.
Ooh. Right, ban phase 1.
Ban phase 1. All right. So red side bans. What are we looking for here? Or blue side bans. Sorry, the colors are switched because Oregon Tech is blue. So,
yeah.
But
makes more sense.
it's on the same side, so this is blue side.
Yeah. We're looking at a lot of mid lane meta picks. They're seeing that this guy plays ASOL, and they're immediately whipping out Drew's Senna as a ban.
Yep, quick ban.
Yeah. So that means that they checked out Drew's history and seen that he played 50 Senna games this season already.
He did do that, yep. And he played 50 Senna games last season as well. So
yeah.
It's definitely a value ban there.
Yeah, definitely a pretty good ban.
Even though Drew is the support.
Yep.
But
it's all good. If they're scared of our support, then it means that we're doing pretty well.
Vex ban on blue side.
That's an okay ban. Vex is one of the top four mid laners currently.
Definitely one of those very snowball-y kind of characters. And I will come through. I will come clean. TK ban, by the way. Oregon Tech is definitely not the favorite in this set. Mm-hmm. But so taking away some of that snowballing can maybe give them a bit of a slower game, which will be easier to work with.
A confusing ban from the other team, UCSC, when they banned Tom Kench. Our team likes to draft only Tom Kench with Senna, so the fact that they're banning him both might not make as much sense, but maybe they've seen something in our top laner that we didn't see before. It looks like we're banning the mid lane Kale that they like to run every game. And they whipped out the Viego ban. Yep. Viego's pretty snowbally right now, especially with the weird tank builds that people do.
A lot of weird tank builds coming around right now.
Yeah.
So we got these quick bans here. Gonna see the third ban from Oregon Tech counting down the timer.
They banned 2 of the mid lanes picks. They might go for a third.
Probably a third, maybe a jungle. Yep,
yeah,
there's a
third Nivea.
Really hard target on that mid lane from Oregon Tech.
Yeah. And it looks like they locked in the second best ADC currently.
Insta-lock Jinx.
Insta-lock Jinx. Just for everyone to know, you can't lock in Zeri for CLoL.
Yep.
Even though this is that patch.
1 or 2 week buffer period just in case he breaks the game like Viego does.
Yeah, and it still does.
And still continues to, but
Yeah.
not nearly as bad. No more AP one-shot, no more
literally crashing the game for both teams
No
and
more,
deleting
like,
the history.
20 Aurelian stars. But a Karma lock-in here from Oregon Tech, I was not expecting this.
Yeah, Karma's a little bit of an aggressive pick, good at poking out Jinx. However, she's not one of the most meta supports right now.
Definitely.
I don't think that matters though. Oh, and they're whipping out the Karma Hecarim.
I do kind of like this because you got the Karma speed boost.
It's also denying the enemy jungler of
their
going
Hecarim,
Hecarim.
yeah. But they did leave the Kha'Zix up, so they must be ready for that.
Hecarim cannot be punished by Kha'Zix in this meta, so it's pretty good for Hecarim if they lock in Kha'Zix. However,
lock-in.
we got a Jin Zhao lock-in, which is something that can stop Hecarim, sadly. So we'll see how this plays out. We got a lot of movement speed already on Oregon Tech gaming side. We might go from some poke dive comps.
Yeah, looks like it might be the direction. We'll see with this mid lane lock-in here. UCSC going for this late game scaling with Jinx Lulu, giving them some early game power with Dizhen Zhao. And there's a Caitlyn lock-in.
Kate lock-in, now it's ban phase again.
So Caitlyn here, this is a pretty decent lane for her, I think. Not super worried about the Lulu or the Jinx.
Yeah, Ken could just keep her distance and keep farming, or she can go in. Jinx's early game is not as strong as Caitlyn's, especially when she's getting poked down by Karma.
Yep.
So it should be a good matchup on our side.
And there's not a lot of hard CC setup. There's not really any hard CC setup for Jinx Flame Trompers, while you do have the point and click mantra binding, I forget what it's called.
Yeah, the W.
To lock down and then set up for that Caitlyn trap if somebody extends up a little bit too far. But there shouldn't really be any of that.
Yeah, there's not much setup for Jinx. They're probably just going to peel her without the CC setup bot lane.
Yep.
And now we're looking at the mid lane bans again. We're seeing the Corki getting banned, which is a pretty good ban for their team since Corki would one-shot both their backline currently. Orianna ban, which would shut them down.
Yep.
With their Caitlyn Karma in the background, so it's a pretty good ban so far. It looks like we're still focusing the mid laner.
There's going to be a Wukong ban, though, up towards that top lane.
Yeah, Wukong ban, pretty good ban due to the fact that Wukong can just run at you guys.
Yep, that's going to be getting
Cancel
right past
everything.
the Hecarim and all that.
Yeah, so it looks like the Oregon Tech's trying to shut down the wombo combos that the enemy team's used to getting with the Orianna and the Wukong and the Vex.
Ease of execution is very important in these college CLoL games. Not everybody's a super challenger LEC player, so these easy to execute comps are a lot more common.
There's a Camille ban last second.
That is a pretty personally surprising ban, probably a defensive ban for whatever they're trying to set up in the top lane.
Yeah.
Don't lock it in.
Oh no.
Don't do it.
Not the Yasuo funnel.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yes. No.
No.
Yes. Oh,
there,
yeah. Okay, number 1 seed in the mid lane, Victor, is getting locked in for OTG. It's looking pretty good for us.
Yep. Sea of Soap, very confident on their control mages, their assassins, their AP assassins specifically. Anything that builds Everfrost or Crown, they can play it, and they can play it well. So, looking forward to that.
And an odd pick for the Camille ban, Ornn top.
I kind of like it.
I think Camille does not stop anything that they're trying to do.
I think they're just trying to protect the Ornn matchup.
Yeah. And the Ryze mid.
I don't like Ryze here, yeah. He's a little bit too short range for this Caitlyn Victor comp.
It's always big for poke, but she'd be the only poke on their entire team.
Yeah, but it's going to get locked in, so it looks like they're going to be hoping for that. That is a pretty good pick. I mean, it depends on how well their mid laner can pilot it. Very hard character overall.
It does look like the team comp is revolving around Jinx currently. So
definitely
as long as they
like
keep her alive.
Setup, yeah. Zoe kind of forces that engagement. It's going to be a set locked in last
set
pick
top
for Cross Flames. Pretty good matchup into the Ornn. Gives them a very strong jungle 2v2. Set Hecarim will probably not be losing anything to Ornn Xin.
Yeah, especially having Ornn in the front line, being very beefy in front of the Jinx. Set ults will make sure that their positioning is off, or else they'll get punished for it, and Jinx will die. So it's looking pretty good for our team.
Yep.
However, their team does have a pretty good strategy, which revolves around peeling Jinx. They have the Lulu ults and E. They have the polymorph.
Yep.
They have a lot to poke. They have a lot to peel her off, and you have the Zoe poke that will probably hit them when they're not expecting it.
Even just the Zoe bubble can be used defensively to kind of zone off Hecarim from a charge angle by putting it down in a pathway. Not a conventional use of it, but possible.
Yeah, lots of good strategy. Our team seems to be mostly kiting comp.
Does seem, pretty heavy kiting. We have the re-engage, so we're getting into the waiting stage right now. So this comp could go either way. We got the summoner spells locked in as well. Heal Exhaust for the UCSC bot lane, and Heal Ignite for Oregon Tech.
Exhaust is a pretty strong pick right now. A lot of ADCs have been running it,
especially against this Hecarim set.
Yeah, so slowing down any movement speed they have, especially since I think this Karma is probably going to run Shirelia's, which is going to make their team run really fast. Having that Exhaust on their team will save Jinx more than once.
Definitely, yeah.
We also have both mid laners running teleport. In this current meta, teleport no longer teleports to minions.
It can only wards.
Or wards, or
only
like Jarvan.
Towers, much.
Only towers until like 14 minutes, which is right when Rift Herald's no longer worth.
So Zoe and Victor, they're fine. That change isn't too big for them. They're just gonna be farming it up in the mid lane. Maybe use that teleport to defend a bot dive or top dive.
Our jungler definitely is going to have more prio here. If you see the Hecarim's Ghost, it's pretty strong early because Hecarim converts any movement speed into attack damage, which will help him with the early game ganks.
Yep.
Which will have, even if Jin Zhao shows up to try to stop him, it'll help him get the ganks executed pretty well, and hopefully we'll see some early summoners from enemy team.
Or keep him slippery just in case the gank goes awry. Let him get out of there pretty fast.
Yeah.
This Ornn pick is going to be, it very clearly shows to me that UCSC is going to say, we're going to survive your kind of early game set Hecarim, Caitlyn nonsense, and we're going to really bunker down. And once that 30-minute mark rolls around, we're going to take over this game.
Yeah, they're going to try to stall for Ornn upgrades. Again, this does look like a very good Jinx peel type of comp. Especially with this new build where she goes Gale Force instead of Kraken. I know an ADC that goes a different mythic is pretty rare these days, but the idea behind that is that Jinx can just get a free kill to get her resets with the Gale Force, or she can use it to run. Yeah, it auto tracks, and it also lets you buffer her rocket, which her auto-attack rocket, not her ults, and that'll lead to a lot of snowballing if she ever gets a single kill during a team fight. So as long as they last past the 30-minute mark, they'll start to scale.
Yep.
However, they have to last past the 30-minute mark, which is going to be tough for them.
Definitely. Hecarim should, especially with this pushing bot lane, Karma can help a lot with this push. They'll have a really early dragon control as well as herald control with this set. So we'll see this. We're going to be getting into game here in just a second.
Let's load into the game. We're going to see a lot of good gameplay.
Okay.
Just keep in mind, for the lane matchups, Victor, Zoe, probably just going to farm it out. Ornn and Set can bully Ornn, but Ornn can get away with farming and out-sustaining by just standing there, but so can Set with his passive. So a lot of the actions probably could go on bot lane this game, early and mid and late game, until they group and leave laning phase. Okay, we're about to be loaded in.
Just waiting on, okay, now we're in. Alright.
Okay, welcome to game 1, folks. As you can see, they're heading off, but they're splitting off at the beginning. This indicates that they might be doing a 5 point.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
The stream is about to go back up. Sorry about that.
Alright. Yep. Just getting the stream all ready to go. So
what you guys are missing out on is Zoe just
No, they can
poked.
see it. They can see it.
Okay. Zoe just poked the Hecarim once with a Q. A lot of 5-pointing going on here from both teams. They're just making sure that no one's getting a tricky invade or a ward. Early game, Hecarim did end up warding the river, so Hecarim's going to be down a ward. However, he immediately recalls and switches to sweepers, which is fine. Since sweeper has a lower cooldown in wards, she'll get it back before it's worth using. And we're going to see a bot lane start for the red side for our team, for our jungler. And on the enemy team, looks like Jinjao's going to start top side and they're going to fake a leash. Now, by faking this leash, it might put off the pattern that our jungler knows where the enemy jungler's at. However, it does look like they might walk into the lane a little bit too early now, the Jinx and Lulu. No, they're waiting by the bush. Okay. So, Jinjiao started to solo, so he could be slightly slower on the jungle.
But it does give him that
he gets
privacy.
He gets the level 1 gank advantage, where basically the first gank that he does will probably be unexpected unless he gets caught through a ward. So as long as he doesn't walk through the top side river and gets spotted on a ward right now, he will have the advantage in ganking if he does an early gank.
Yep. Pretty standard items here for everybody. Biggest thing that stands out is the longsword and 4 pots, or 3 pots for the Jinx.
We are seeing a lot of biscuits in this game. There's 4 on the enemy team and there's 3 on our team. Biscuit delivery strong.
Every character who's using him here is definitely gonna get good value out of him as well.
For example, the Caitlyn.
Whoa. Okay, really early here is Zoe's flashing away. Hecarim's on the chase, should be able to clean this one up, and that's gonna be first blood going over to Demios on this Hecarim here. Solo kill, actually, technically.
If you could tell, Jin Zhao was in the area and he decided to just not intervene.
Yeah, yep.
It did look like it was pretty doomed for their team there for the Zoe kill, but he could have probably intervened.
Actually, yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to that warding. He warded in a pretty standard spot, which you don't really want to do against Hecarim because he has that ghost. He's going to come through so fast that by the time you see him on your normal ward, he's already going to have that gank finished.
Also, Zoe wasted ward during the invade to deal poke damage to Hecarim, which ended up getting her killed.
Here's Zinjao in the bot lane. Good flashback. Zinjao already dashed, blocks the Jinx W, and that's going to be a successful escape for Oregon Tech, spending a flash and heal there, 2 summons. Jinx did, however, flash as well, so that is a pretty big loss for UCSC there.
Yeah, the biscuits come to play right about now, when after a gank happens, they can just use the biscuits and overstay instead of having to recall. So if you look at the health bars, they're almost back to full already, just from staying in lane. Ooh.
Lots of damage down on this Ornn, getting poked out of lane pretty hard here.
Yeah, Seth's bullying the Ornn after he saw that bot gank, probably because he noticed that Jin Zhao started in blue side and ganked bot.
Checked out their top blue side jungle.
Yeah. So he noticed that it's free to just annoy him, and now he's gonna start to control the wave top side.
So this bot lane here gonna be hard shoving into this tower here. They know Zinjao probably isn't close, but he's actually just clearing his Krugs now. So Oregon Tech does have to be careful for another gank, which it looks like Zinjao's gonna be looking for. But
they are shoving possibly for Dragon Prile due to the fact that it's gonna spawn pretty soon. It's less than a minute away.
Hecarim also pathing bot, gonna be there for the 2v or the 3v3. Hecarim very strong, got the back off, picked up a Sheen. Zinjao still hasn't backed though, so this could be very dangerous for UCSC if they decide to engage.
Just keep in mind, Victor just used teleport mid lane, so he'll be down for any fight that starts. Hopefully he's in walking range.
Yeah. Zoe here looks like she's going for a little check on the dragon pit here. Both teams leaving the dragon actually up for right now. Binding comes down onto Jinx, not going to get too much off of it.
Jin Zhao cleared the skull trap for dragon pretty early in the game, so it's going to be down now. Zoe got the wards off though, so they have vision prio if they do want to do a dragon fight, UCSC. However, it's not looking too good for the bot lane if they're going to walk up and do dragon. So take a pretty good gank. Jin Zhao's top side right now, so they won't be able to do it until he eventually gets there.
Yep. And we just hit level 6 on the Victor here. So we're going to be seeing a little bit more combat power. We got a fight down in the bot lane though. Little trade here going back and forth. I don't know if they have the chase. They might. Finds rockets onto Karma, gets the ward down. Karma blocking. Looks like Let's Go Drew might go down for the team, but a really good shield flash to get out of there just in time. And Oregon Tech's going to survive another fight down in this bot lane.
And while they're backing, it looks like the Jinx could either do Dragon or Recall right about now because they don't want to overstay and then get caught, especially knowing that there's a Hecarim enemy team. It does look like they're walking up the river with the Jin Zhao there. Our Hecarim's about to snatch him.
Hecarim's going to have to...
no.
Really unlucky. Looks like they're actually just going for the fight.
Yeah.
Hecarim, no flash out of here, so he's probably going to die, and he does go down. Does get the crab, though. So that's good. Crab.
Yeah, he got the crab due to the burn on his smite.
Yep.
It looks like no one turned around to hit it. They won't have vision for later in the fight.
Karma? Not gonna die here. Oh, fight here up under the horn. Ult under the tower.
Under the tower.
Flashes away, and yeah, Crossflame's gonna take that. That's a pretty good trade there. Misses a couple creeps. Okay. Nice. Okay, good. 3 for 3. Let's go. But UCSC has actually equalized the gold lead here and pulled ahead. There's a bit of a farm difference after that bot fight. Having to back, bot lane's now down 10 creep, 10 CS. That kill there, they got a lot of assist gold for it as well. And there was that big wave that Set just cleaned up, so it's a little bit closer to even now. But
yeah, after Set just cleared up that wave, you can see the huge spike in golds.
And Oregon Tech's now back. It's a very complicated, but very close game here, 1-1. First dragon though coming through for UCSC is going to be very big. I don't know if I can get that to show up on the overlay. I'm gonna check that out right now.
Yeah, check out which dragon it is. Oh, and the fight's starting.
Yeah, we got a little fight down in the bot lane here. No flash for Drew. Very low, but here comes Hecarim absolutely mowing down everybody. This is a huge amount of damage from Hecarim here. Looking for it. Doesn't manage to find it, but this bot lane, they might have to back. Victor's here as well. They could execute the dive. The Chaos Storm goes down. Jinx is going to go down, and that's going to be a double for Tomato with the really well-placed Q, but Crossflame's going to be solo killed under Orange Tower there. Not really too sure what happened there, but
I believe our Crossflames was trying to keep the Ornn from teleporting bot lane, so they have a successful teleport play bot lane, because if Ornn did teleport down there, he would have stopped the 4-man dive with his ults and his general just beefiness. So it's a good play. Too bad he comes down for it.
dang.
Jin Zhao soloing the Rift Heralds. Hecarim's about to catch him. Hecarim's too focused on the Skull Crab. Oh, and he sees the Herald play, but the enemy team is Orange walking down. Hecarim steals the Rift Herald.
Oh, goodbye. Sorry, I hope you don't like action. Alright, my bad. Just turned on the backwards, like the scoreboard back there so you can see the dragon. We see one Ocean Drake going over to UCSC. And Oregon Tech picks up the Rift Herald. It's going to be really big.
Hecarim was farming while he was soloing the Rift Heralds.
Yep.
Oh, and our support hit level 6.
That's a bubble down. Doesn't really get anything off of it. Team does not in the area to follow up, but goes it for the extended trade. Victor doesn't have Chaos Storm here after using it in the bottom lane, but should be able to just leave. A lot of damage coming through here. No Ignite here for the Zoe. Goes for the dive, but here comes Hecarim all the way through just to punish this play, and that's an overstep from... That's a Toad, and that's going to be punished, and he's going to die.
Oh,
no!
And the Jinx ult comes from bot lane.
Comes through. But still, that's really bad for UCSC losing that fight there.
Yeah, they're down 1k gold, and they're about to be down 1.5k gold with the Heralds being dropped to mid lane. Those plates are worth 250 each. So that's 500 gold in Hecarim's pocket. He could probably really power swing with that once he actually backs and buys.
Yep.
Should be soon.
Looks like there's a Phage and a Iron Spike Whip in the Zinja inventory, so that's going to be going into a Gore Drinker. And it looks like a Sunderer for Hecarim here in the jungle. These two junglers both pretty strong, but this Hecarim is by far probably the strongest character on the map right now.
Yeah, Hecarim's pretty strong. However, Zinja is one of the few junglers that can actually catch Hecarim out with a team behind him. So, as long as Hecarim keeps playing well and doesn't get caught, he'll be able to just keep this like tremendous lead he's got, and they won't be able to catch that bounty. Jin Zhao backed recently and just bought Phage, and he's starting to work into boots.
There's going to be Divine Sunder finished for Hecarim here. First Mythic that's going to be done. Very strong Power Strike here. Power Spike here, and Organ Tech should be set up pretty well to get this next dragon, which is going to be coming up in... Bro, not have objective time? Okay. I'll turn on this. Boom. Boom.
Okay, so Dragon's about to be up in 8 seconds.
It's going to be right up. There you go. Woo.
Blue Ori has warding prio.
UCSC has moved in here. Organ Tech also here as well. Looks like a 3v3, but... oh, that's a bubble onto Caitlyn. Shouldn't really follow up into anything. Hecrim's just going to block it, but the Xin Zhao goes right in on the Hecarim. Hecarim has to ult out of there, and it's falling. Hecarim does go down, so it looks like Organ Tech's going to lose that. Just a really good pile-up onto the Hecarim there. Oh, another bubble landed. Is this going to be a follow-up? It looks like it is. A lot of damage down on the Victor. Victor goes down as well. And a really good fight there for UCSC around that dragon.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good use out of that Zoe pick, even though it does contrast against their team comp. She is doing really well in order to like catch these players out. We're seeing them claim the Hecarim bounty and the death on Victor mid, who just wanted to farm. And all this happened because the warding prio earlier, where they spent an extra 30 seconds in the river just warding and dewarding.
And a really, really good snap decision from Boon Team there to just go right in onto the Hecarim, who was guarding the Caitlyn. They saw, okay, Hecarim's standing still, let's just go on him. We know we can do this. We got the backup damage. Their mid laner's not here, and they go in on that. 13 minutes, 1 minute, the teleports are going to be coming up as unleashed.
We are missing 2 flashes from the mid and bot lane on our side. So hopefully that doesn't come into play, and they don't abuse that.
Looks like we're going for a trade up here, but trade's gonna be missed. Just getting some vision control.
Hecarim just got caught on a ward, so he has to cancel his top gank.
Yep.
Support's getting some vision control on the bottom side. We're seeing that our Victor Ori has Everqueen Crown. That should be able to stop him from getting one shot like he did in the last previous dragon fight.
Yep. Unfortunately, the weird interaction is the Zoe bubble. It actually takes longer for like the bubble to go off than it does than the crown protects you for. So you get hit by it, and then you actually lose the protection by the time the paddle star hits you.
Yeah, both the sleep and the crown are both 1.5 second timers. So as long as he doesn't get initiated by a bubble, he should be able to block a lot of damage to the Everqueen Crown, because it is 75% of all damage taken. As long as it's not true.
And he just gets hit by a raw bubble. And
yeah, he got bubbled.
Yeah, it takes 50%. A little unlucky there.
Both supports in the mid lane.
Yep.
Rift Herald's about to spawn in 40 seconds from now.
Yep, Rift Herald's going to be spawning. Second Rift Herald not as important as the first, but still a... If you can get it, you can get it. Xin Zhao here going for some counter jungling on this red buff. Going to go ahead and probably be able to pick this up. Looks like there might be a 2v2 here. Both mid laners are here, but it looks like Ornn's going to be rotating. Hecarim's going in. No ghost yet. Dodges out on the Xin Zhao. Gets the red buff. Can they get out here with it? Goes back in. Not too sure about that. Here comes Set. Supports are here as well. This is a pretty chaotic fight. Let's see what happens. I should zoom out. So I'll do that in a second. Herald is now spawned. That's great. Organ Tech loses their support. Let's roll. Drew goes down. Hecarim goes down too. Toast finally... that's a Toad picking up a kill for himself. Victor here trying to pick up a trade kill back on the Zoe, but Zoe's just getting these heals and shields, and that's going to be them going down. doesn't look like there's going to be a trade kill back, and that is a two for none for UCSC there in that fight.
On the right side for our team, our ADC has been farming during the entire fight bot lane. He's about to get this bottom turret, so it's going to be a turret for turret mid and bot. Yep. And as we saw from the last fight, our Hecarim is running phase rush. So whenever he does dive back in, he's just trying to proc phase rush and get out of there as fast as possible. A major issue during that team fight that we saw is that our Victor did not have flash, so when he got caught out while trying to run away, he couldn't flash away.
Yep, got hit by another bubble. This is that's a Toad hitting lots of bubbles here. Very strong as Zoe 4-2 and 2.
Yeah, bubbles are being very problematic for his crown.
Yep. Maybe should have. I've seen a lot of Banshee's Veil instead of Crown when going against Zoe, so maybe that's something for them to consider going forward.
Yeah, especially since they don't have a dive assassin, they only have Zoe.
Yep.
He probably should have switched it up a little bit. But Evercrown's still pretty strong. If there's no Zoe bubble, she will block a lot of damage.
Yep, so right now everybody at a pretty neutral state. UCSC up 3k gold in a very strong position for this game, or 2.5. 2 Drakes, 1 tower piece for each team. Handing over this red buff to Jinx. UCSC in a very strong position. They have the stronger scaling. It's looking pretty good for them right now.
Yeah, you can see that they're starting to scale. Ornn's items are about to come out when he hits
12.
level 12.
He's level 12 right now.
So he can get soon. We have on our team, we have our Victor in our set level 11, so we have 2 tier 2 ults. Tier 2 Victor ults deals a lot of damage, especially since the first cast is the insta cast. Yep. So every single level with Victor is worth a lot.
Dragon's coming up. Herald gets put down in the mid lane to help secure this dragon. Doesn't look like Oregon Tech's going to be contesting here. Chooses to go and defend the mid lane. So that's going to be Dragon number 3. That's soul point for UCSC here.
And it is Infernal Drake. Infernal Drake's a pretty strong Drake in terms of damage.
It's going to be very strong for this Zoe and Jinx here. Teleport into the top lane from the Ornn to defend this tower from Victor. Oh, objective bounties. Uh-oh.
Our set still has teleport up. Our OTG is about to get objective bounties, which is pretty good. Objective bounties are a pretty easy way to snowball if you ever get a good team fight and wipe your team.
Oh, here goes, going for the dive under tower. Here's Set with the W. Big W manages to find a lot of damage. The teleport coming in from Victor. They don't know about the other 2 members though. This might turn into a disaster for OIT. Doing a lot of damage here. Set goes in for the slam, but the shields from Lulu are just too much. Zoe looking for a kill, doesn't manage to pick it up on Victor, but very good to get those reinforcements in by UCSC and manages to make that pick.
Yeah, all of that vision control from the dragon fight is really showing here when they couldn't see the enemy team coming up. You see Hecarim's face up top side. Now they're both kind of back. So during the dragon fight, they did spend an extra 30 seconds like they did with the 2 dragon fights, dewarding and everything, and our team has not dewarded it. So when the team came creeping up, they did not know that they were coming through. And the only thing that they saw face up was the Ornn top side.
Yeah, the vision control very, very important. Very good initial play to defend the dive there from Oregon Tech, but there's a bit of a re-engage here. Ornn letting the tower kill some minions. The re-engage from Crossflames was a little suspicious, if you ask me. Got very close to picking up a kill, but didn't work out in the end.
Vision control proving to be very important. Seeing that the enemy team's support has 30 vision score is pretty alarming at this point of the game. It's a pretty big number for high level play.
Especially an Enchanter.
Yeah, especially an Enchanter that can't face check bushes.
20-minute, Baron's up. UCSC very far ahead here. Almost 5k gold. This Lulu is pretty obnoxious. There have been a bunch of kills that have almost come through for Oregon Tech, but the Lulu shielding has just managed to stave off that last little bit of damage needed to pick them up.
Yeah, we're also running Shrella's, which allows it so whenever she shields someone, they get really fast.
Yep.
And it helps initiate. It's pretty strong, especially against our team comp where we're trying to kite them out.
Even stronger since Karma has purchased a Dark Seal.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know when that was picked up. Earlier in the game, I guess it makes sense. But if it was anytime recently, a little bit suspect about that.
Yeah. That must mean that she thinks that she's about to get a lot of assists.
Not sure about pretty good purchase with Enchanters. Jinx doing a little bit of damage here. Hecarim looks like they're caught out. Not going to be able to go down though. Manages to just run out safely.
Looks like they're sending Victor to match the Zoe. Victor cannot solo Zoe due to the fact that she has 5 kills, but she's going to try.
Oh, really good call out. There's that bubble that I was talking about to deny the Hecarim, but manages to get through it anyway. Smite goes down. Q auto tries to go in on the Victor, but ends up handing over the kill, which definitely not what you want.
Yeah.
Baron is started up though. 2 members showed. Oregon Tech probably not going to have a response to this. Only teleport up is Victor and Set, but Hector's not going to be there in time. Oh.
OTG didn't even have vision until right now of the Baron pit, so they're probably just going to have to give. All members of UCSC will have it except of Zoe, who just died recently.
I'm looking at this Caitlyn build with a raised eyebrow. This rapid fire cannon second.
Yeah.
Not the worst, definitely, but against this Ornn and this Zinjao, I think you definitely wanted to go into the Lord Doms.
Yeah, it is slightly questionable, also because of her rune choice. She is running Fleet Footwork.
Yeah, so you're already getting that extra range anyway.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, you're getting that, like...
Kite ability, yeah. So you won't need it as early because of Fleet Footwork. You're giving that up in exchange for lethal tempo.
And you're not really getting too much out of it anyway. Okay, Hecarim goes in on Zinjao. Zinjao taking damage, drops the ultimate. Flame Chompers go down, but not too much. And that's a pretty good trade there for Oregon Tech. Nothing really expended when they got the Zinjao ult out. A lot of damage down onto the Lulu. Victor is inting it, I think. Big Ornal. Knock up on 3, double knock up on 3 with the ult. Dragon goes down to nobody yet. Big fight here. Set's putting in a lot of work. The Jinx does go down eventually to the Set, and that's going to be 2. That happened way faster than I can even see. 2 left up on UCSC and a ace.
Yeah, almost all summoner spells on OTEC's side have been used during this team fight. The only summoner spell that wasn't used was Set's teleport.
Yeah, Set's teleport, Red Smite is still up.
That's second charge.
Yeah, but they still have it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fight was really messy from Oregon Tech. They got very close to winning it, but Victor out of position very hard there. I don't know if you saw that, Soulsbound.
Yeah.
Really far out of the way there, and they just got collapsed on.
Yeah, Victor walked in too far. You did see a little bit of Caitlyn trying to use the red side advantage by shooting over the wall. However, the fight did get pretty messy on both sides towards the end. And there was less abuse of the wall being used. By the time that everything went down.
Some signs of life from Oregon Tech. The fight could have gone a lot different if they had. Oh, that's a lot of damage down onto the Karma, but not going to get any follow-up.
Yeah, it's still just another complaint about vision control for Oregon Tech side. If you look at the Dragon Pit side, there's 2 red wards, and they were there earlier beforehand. They had vision control of them. Oh, and it looks like another fight starting up.
Another fight starting up here. We have the Set going down really quickly. W's not going to save him. Quick stick out. Jinx gets the reset, looking for more damage here. Here comes the Ornal. Going to find the kill. Jinx gets it down. Drowsy on the Victor. Victor goes down. Just the support in jungle left for Oregon Tech. Zinjao over the wall. Jinx is going to chase down the Karma, and you have to imagine that's going to be the end of the game.
Yeah, looking at the death timers, they could either end the game or they get pretty close to ending the game.
Yep. Here comes that minion wave, so they're going to get that damage against the tower, and they're going to be hitting this one from really far away, currently.
Yeah. You can see that they're hitting it from 50 range away, they should be.
Alright, Ornn's tanking up the tower. Very smart, so that the minions don't die here, and they get this extra tower damage bonus. Looks like they're going to be able to clean up this game at UCSC. Very strong showing there. finding that team fight, and that's going to be game 1 for UCSC.
Yeah. UCSC scaling slightly earlier than 30 minutes. That's just because of the dragon lead they had, especially with Infernal Dragon, giving them the damage lead they needed. They had the sustain with the Ocean, and they had the movement and out of combat movement speed to get to places faster, which allowed them to get a lot of the warding ahead of time. Just that little 3% difference in movement speed does matter a lot in these situations.
For sure. Alright, and we're going to be getting ready for game 2, so we're going to send it to a quick break, and we'll be back for you with draft of game 2.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I get it to transition on OBS.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna sit down.
You're live, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody, welcome back to Oregon Tech versus UCSC, Santa Cruz, the Slugs.
Yep.
This is game 2.
UCSC goes up 1-0 in the first game,
I care.
and I still have light in my face. I'll try to fix that in a second.
We'll fix that later. Okay.
Yep. All right, so
We're seeing the instant Vex ban.
Vex ban, very still priority is there. Same with the Viego. Honestly, Oregon Tech, I don't know if they should change their bans or or not. Didn't seem like the mid lane got too out of control.
What's the worst that could happen?
Just seems like Oregon Tech didn't really know what to do about the Zoe bubble.
Yeah, the Zoe bubble did counter Victor's Evergreen pretty badly.
So just a build path error there. Pretty
Fine. I don't need more enemies.
Looks like they're rolling out similar bans. This time the Jinx ban comes out from UCSC. And no Tom Kench ban.
But our music comes from that. No TK ban. Gonna be the Jinx banned away. It looks like Oregon Tech going for that Victor once again.
First pick Victor mid lane. Hopefully do not run the same build path as you see Zoe.
Yep.
A lot of the stuff that happened last game might not be worth banning due to the fact that
it did seem like Oregon Tech was handling it pretty well.
Yeah.
Just a couple of errors with finding out some positional stuff and stuff like that. Looks like it's going to be a Lulu Aphelios.
Aphelios being the third best ADC in the game currently. Basically the same thing as Jinx for the team. You're going to see a lot of more Gale Force or Shield Bell instead of Kraken on Aphelios this current meta.
A lot of that built-in damage, just needs some time to get it off.
Yeah. And movements.
Alright, what are we going to see here? TK looks like since it's not banned, they're going to be picking it up.
Okay, they're going to lock in the TK, possibly for top lane. I doubt it would be for support due to the Senna ban.
Yeah, TK, pretty alright right now, I think.
Yeah.
Not great, not terrible.
Did you do like a slight TK buff when he was like doing decent before? So
yeah, so we'll see how this comes out.
We've seen Jin, the best that you see in the game currently. So
yeah, shout out to preseason last year where Jin was also the best ADC in the game.
Yeah, Jin just likes to reappear during the college season and then disappear for
Same
Worlds.
with Victor.
Yep.
Victor does that. Who else? Fiora kind of does the opposite. She's always really bad at the beginning of the season and then comes in very strong.
Yeah.
Trundle locked in, that's a pretty good pick, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good pick, especially against the Tom Kench, unless they're running it jungle, which is also a possibility.
I'm expecting it to be jungle, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a top lane though, of course. And we're going to be going into the second round of bans here. Let's see what UCSC decides to take off the table. Probably going to be trying to okay, looks like they're going for the Enchanter supports here, and Yumi ban right off the bat.
Yeah, Yumi Jin is a pretty strong combo in the bot lane, so that is a pretty good ban.
Yep.
Also, when they ran Hecarim last game, having a Yumi on Hecarim is pretty strong, so it's a good idea to get rid of it. You're getting rid of the 14, which is good counter against Victor and Jin. Like at Corky's new Luden's build, one-shots squishy champions like they're nothing.
Yep, gonna try to Oregon Tech looking at a more like mid-range chomp this time.
We must
they're gonna need to be able to find a way onto this Aphelios pretty hard. Gonna be the Karma ban from UCSC.
As of now, they do not have much to dive. It's just a Tom Kench. They have more Kite, which does not matter as much to Aphelios. It just stands there and walks at you menacingly.
So they're gonna need to find something in the jungle here to maybe break open these team fights and get in on these members. UCSC gonna be the Ornn ban away. Try to take some of that scaling off the table.
It's a good Ornn ban.
Expecting the mid laner to be picked up here.
Yeah. They didn't leave Kale or Vex up for the mid laner, which is what he would like to lock in, I imagine.
Expecting something kind of scaly, maybe an Orianna or a Gragas top looks like. Or jungle, could be flex I guess, but probably top.
They have been running Gragas mid recently because of Evercron, and you can just build full tank after that. It's a pretty funny build.
And then into the winter.
Yeah.
Looks like Tech's going to lock into Jarvan. I do like that. That gives them some of the backline access, along with presumably the Leona.
Yeah, Jarvan's a fun tank right now. He isn't the strongest jungler, but he is pretty good in terms of what he can do for this team, especially dealing with with the Leona and having Aphelios on every team. Jarvan is just great for ignoring every single front line and just jumping on the back line.
Now my issue here with this Oregon Tech draft, we'll see what this UCSC comes in with, and then we'll talk about the drafts in retrospect.
Yeah.
Should be either top or mid lane pick, don't know.
Space Dragon.
That's got to
possibly?
be a taunt for CSO.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible with the maybe Crown. No,
It's gonna be the Orianna.
Okay.
Okay. UCSC whipping out the strong team fights and having especially the Philios to scale to late game and running the exact same Lulu, which was a huge problem for Oregon Tech last game. Just having a lot of problems from the last game. Last time Oregon Tech did ban Orianna because they didn't want to see it being whipped out. We are dealing with a Gragas top and an Orianna mid.
Yep. What I see here is what I'm looking at is Oregon Tech doesn't really have a way through this Gragas or this Trundle. Gonna struggle to get through him with the Jin and the Victor.
Yeah, especially since they have 3 tanks that just want to go in, and they have 2 ADCs that want to run away.
Yeah.
So they do have conflicting comps with their damage dealers and their front line, which may lead to issues during team fights. And especially since they have the Gragas to split up their team with the Orianna to bring their team together and one-shot them, it looks like they're going to have a lot of hard time trying to position correctly.
But if they can get that snap engage onto these squishy backline members, then Oregon Tech's going to be in a very, very good place in these team fights.
Yeah, there is a very big possibility that Tom Kench gets an early lead and just starts decimating the backline. So that's probably where a lot of Trundle's focus is going to go into, dealing with the fact that if Tom Kench gets 2 ahead, he can be the secondary damage dealer for the enemy team. And that might lead to some very big issues with the enemy team comp. It just depends on who can get on the backline and kill them first.
Yep, definitely. And we have the summoner spells here to look at. Pretty standard for Morgan Tech. Flashes across the board, 2 teleports, heal ignite bot lane. But Ghost on the Trundle and Cleanse on the Aphelios.
Heal on the support and no exhaust being run from UCSC this time. Exhaust is a pretty strong summoner spell that they should have probably abused since they're going to be getting dived by 3 tanks. But
yeah. I mean, I don't know who you'd put it on actually. I think it's an okay to not take it here. Having that cleanse is going to be very useful against Leona. Going to shut down the Jin follow up if a lane trade happens. Good against the Victor W, as well as if you get CC'd and then you can get out of it before Jarvan can follow up. So that looks like it might work. Obviously, you have to be careful a little bit.
He could also cleanse the ignite that Leona has. So for early game trades, Leona has to watch out for the fact that he can get rid of her stun and ignite at the same time, which may lead to issues, especially since Lulu has some insanely good peel against Jin, where he can polymorph for his 4th shot and just make it disappear. Yeah,
definitely that could be an issue. Obviously, though, Lulu does have to be in range of Jin to do that, which puts her in range of Leona, which could kind of result in a problem. But very interesting matchup here. I expect early bot shove from UCSC thanks to the Aphelios range. Oregon Tech should have prio in top. Mid lane should be pretty standard. I think Victor probably can get a little bit of that push. But the jungle matchup is definitely going to be winning for UCSC, so Oregon Tech's going to have to be careful of that.
Yeah. Trundle can't really catch out Jin Zhao, but it's not like Jin Zhao... Jarvan, but Jarvan can't really kill Trundle.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of just dancing around each other if they meet each other in the jungle.
A lot less playmaking than the Hecarim. But, it's more structured. It's a lot less, snap. Because you got to be fully ready with the... Jarvan, if you find a pick like in the last game.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like we're about to get into the game.
Yep, we're gonna go ahead and load up. It's gonna take a little second because people have slow computers and we got to connect to the servers. But here we go. Game 2. Oregon Tech versus UCSC. CLoL Week 1. UCSC up 1-0 right now in this set. Best of 3. Alright, I'll go ahead and switch over here.
So, looking at the lineups and compositions and runes, you can see that OTG is at an advantage if there is an invade or if they decide to invade. However, it looks like last time they did run a 5-point, so they may run a 5-point this time too. Especially since Jin is running cleanse instead of I feel like this is running Cleanse instead of Exhaust or Ignite. It does lead to an early game advantage if they do want to invade. It looks like OTG is going to do a 5-point strategy, and so is UCSC. There might be a kerfuffle in the top lane where Trundle and Gragas might try to get a little bit of extra damage off early game due to their longer range than the enemy team. However, it does look like they're just throwing out emotes and dancing a little bit. And it was a little bit of action earlier on. Trundle gets the ward off in the river before probably resetting and buying something else. Jarvan gets the ward in the river too. They did this last round, but instead of making the mid laner waste their ward, they made both junglers use their wards, which is a definite improvement because Zoe did get killed level 1 last round because he used the ward in the river. They're both resetting, so now both junglers will not know where they're starting. It does look like UCSC is going to start in the top side again. I'm not seeing much of an advantage this time compared to last time. They did do this last time where they started on the top side. It led to Zoe and Jin Zhao being in the same area to try to defend each other, but they ended up giving up Zoe anyways. This does lead to Trundle having a slower start with no leash, just by 10 seconds. That shouldn't affect the gameplay too much.
Alright, it's doomed. Window's still shining light in my face. Unlucky. I'll have to get some workman's comp for losing my eyes today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be the Thimblewinter build for this Gragas here. We got Fnatic Gragas.
Thimblewinter being a really good item for Gragas right now, but there is some pretty nasty trades going on the top side. Gragas does have the sustain to stay in lane though, due to the fact that his passive makes him heal on recast abilities. So you'll be able to stay. Jarvan's raiding the blue side, while Trundle's
Organ Tech stepping up a little bit too far into this bot lane, taking some extra damage. And the wave is going to go ahead and hit this tower. UCSC not going for any type of cheater recall or anything like that.
Yeah, there's going to be no scuttle contest on both teams due to the fact that both junglers started on both buffs before deciding to do any of the jungle. So they will be on opposite sides of the map. Not that they've seen each other on wards or anything, but they will, once they do scuttle crab, they'll notice that no one's there.
Yep. I must erase everything. And Tech's just getting pushed in here in the bot lane.
Victor's getting warding prio so that they can do scuttle safely in the top side, while Trundle's doing a quick invade of the enemy raptors. And Jarvan did consider invading. You could tell when he started walking towards the raptors, but he turned around. This will give Trundle a 79 gold lead in the jungle, which is very slight, but it won't matter too much.
First break to this game. Oh, Leona going in with we're actually seeing the Glacial Leona here. A lot of supports now running this Glacial Augment to slow down both whoever they hit and whoever's next to them. Very strong in the bot lane, but does make them a little bit squishier.
And we are seeing that here where...
Okay, little steal there on the Scuttle Crab, really good. But yeah, Jarvan's going to be taking this damage here, going to have to flash away. Victor here for the backup though, shouldn't... Trundle shouldn't really be able to get anything except for some damage on Victor here. Gets the shield, cheeky shield. Blessed Drew though, taking a lot of damage, goes down to the Lulu passive. So an early kill there for UCSC on that bot lane 2v2.
Jarvan taking that Skull Crab is pretty good advantage for OTG until the bot lane got killed. They had a slight lead in 400 gold-ish. But now UCSC is having a straight up 1k gold lead on the enemy team. Yep. This will impact the game if they do not, if OTG does not do anything about it before they back.
Yeah, I mean, pretty bad position for Organ Tech to be in. Jarvan is up in farm, gets the pickaxe and a control ward on their first back. Farm's even in the mid lane and bot lane despite that kill on the Drew.
Yep.
We'll trade here under Victor. Shouldn't really be too much of anything.
Oh?
I mean, he's gonna have to back, but definitely not a kill.
It's not a kill, but Orianna will be able to stay due to potions. Drew's looking for something in the mid lane.
Something that is
Possibly
definitely not there.
Yeah. I guess he's waiting for his AC to come back into the lane, so he's just looking for something to do.
Good to get vision control ward down. So that's pretty good pathing all around.
Something that Drew does not notice on his side though is that the enemy team does have complete vision control of the bottom side river.
Yep.
Oh wait, never mind. The vision just died the second I mentioned that. Ignored my statement previously. Oh, and they're going in.
Whoa, really long range there. That's the Jhin follow-up that I was talking about in draft. Gets the trap down, but a lot of damage here on the Drew. He's going to go down really early into this fight, and Jhin's not really going to have any follow-up damage here. This new Glacial build is really squishy, and I don't know if Little Drew is really ready for it.
Yeah, it definitely does conflict with his previous play style, where he goes in, he's used to the aftershock or having Guardian when he walks into Jhin.
Also, I think Jhin was probably a little bit too far away. Oh, misses the E on Gragas, a little bit unlucky. Gonna take some trade here, gets eaten actually, so investing the ultimate for this fight. Oh, gets creep blocked, not going to be able to follow up. Unlucky there. The minion, his own minion wave, too big, suffering from success.
Yeah, he tossed him into the minion wave to get that minion damage, but the minions ended up helping the enemy team there. Quite unlucky.
And Gragas just going to be able to heal up through that as well, so pretty unlucky there.
We'll see a lot of dragon plays coming up, or attempts.
Looks like Oregon Tech's set up for the dragon pretty here. Has rotated their whole bottom side of the map here, and their TDK is just getting it back off, so is able to teleport near it, but not to it, but looks like they're going to leave it for now.
Yeah, it looks like Trundle was too scary in the bottom side river. They do have skull control. However, OTG does end up having more vision than the enemy team here.
But it looks like the dragon's going to be going over to UCSC. Oregon Tech not really in a place to contest this. Their bot lane's there, mid lane's trading. Victor doesn't really do any damage at this level.
Yeah.
Jarvan goes in. Can he get the smite? Oh,
no,
really good pillar.
And he just dies for free.
Pillar into almost got it with the Victor. Pillar into polymorph into just dying is really unlucky. It was a good plan there from Demios to take the blast cone over the wall, smite the dragon, and then EQ out, but doesn't work out.
Yeah, having the Lulu on the enemy team, not banned from pre-champ selects or not counter pick.
It looks like Drew's dead again, unlucky. GG support this, question mark. Runs is something. Oh, trade here in the mid lane as well.
That's Ori ult.
Ori ult down. Flash for flash. But Victor's going to go ahead and survive there, and Jhin survives in the bot lane as well. But this bot lane here, this Aphelios Lulu, is just farming Drew right now.
Yeah, if you could see the conflicting team comps by having a dive tank front line and the Jhin who just wants to sit in the back and kite, it is hurting them in the early game because Jhin cannot really do what Leona wants him to do early.
Yep. Okay, looks like we got a little bit of a fight up here. TKWing in doesn't get anything from it. Going to take some damage from the Gragas and then back away off of that. Down here in the bot lane, we have a wave pushing away.
We also have Herald coming up, and that first dragon is Mountain. Mountain's a pretty strong early dragon to get because of the resistances that are going to come up.
Especially with that Lulu shielding, just going to be...
Yeah. There's a play going on mid lane.
Yep, mid lane. Okay, flash in on the Jarvan. Looking for it. No flash from Orianna from that earlier play, and that's going to be a clean kill for Demios. Just really good utilization of the fact that Orianna didn't have flash there. And Gragas also did drop his ult here in trade at some point.
That was a good trade for OTech for keeping track of flashes.
Yep, good job there from the jungler. That's going to give Victor some lane prio. We'll get the back off here soon. Really early Shirelia's here for the Lulu. 9 minutes before the ward quest's even done. That's not what you want to see.
Yeah, bot lane is 404 currently for UCSC, and we're 0-3.
Double bounties.
Yeah, double bounties. That is a lot of gold if there ends up being a jungle gank with maybe the maid collusion coming in bot lane.
Yep. Looks like UCSC here is just going for this Herald. Jarvan can't solo contest here with his items. Tiamat Sheen versus Iron Spike, Longsword. But they do have the backup from Victor, Arcane buff, going through.
Yeah, Victor coming in.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get this because the UCSC support has roamed up. But here's Drew looking. Can they Herald resets? So it looks like nobody's going to be getting that. But pretty good there from Oregon Tech to call it out and rotate over and get that play up. Okay.
Yeah, OTG.
Stun here, looking for the solo bolo. Lots of autos. He'll come through. Just not enough.
Yeah, Jin not using his shots to get more movement speed to run away faster.
Yep.
Questionable. If you could tell during that last fight, there was a lot of vision in the top side.
Here we go. Big trade here. Ultimate comes through. Auto. Gragas ult is now up, so he's going to be safe. Potentially even able to turn the try. Goes for the insect, but that just brings Tom TK closer. Trundle is here. Gets the domain down. Pillar comes up, and TK is not going to live this one, unfortunately. Really good play there from Happens to recognize that his jungler was on the way and that he could survive that and turn it around with the ultimate.
Yep. Crossflame's not playing around. Lulu clearing out the 2 red wards that he placed in the top side river to control heralds. And Trundle noticed that and abused it and got a nice gank top lane.
Going to be able to pick up this herald as well as J4 is on the other side of the map.
Yeah. They also have vision control of bottom side river. Our team only has 2 wards on the map currently, so they won't notice if any plays are being made.
Oh, God, true. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, Drew's support item finally leveled up.
Congrats.
That's pretty good. He has a full 3 vision score over Lulu, and that's considering the fact that Lulu cleared 3 red wards topside.
And has just been open on the map.
Yeah. So Drew's still doing good vision score for what is going down.
I will say, Tomato, Zhuzhang, I can't read it from here. I think
Zhuzhang.
It's Zhuzhang? Okay.
Yeah.
Tomato, Zhuzhang doing a very good job in keeping up in CS here, actually. Even in this losing lane. Still only down 10 CS at 12 minutes. So very good by them. Same across the rest of the map. No real, no super big CS differences, except in the top lane there's a nearly 10, 15-ish CS lead. And TK is not going to be able to pick up that wave in the top lane either.
Dragon coming up and Jarvan starting it immediately on spawn.
Yep.
Tom Kench is there to help while Gragas is starting to walk down. Gragas is walking back up. They're planning on possibly giving the Dragon to OTG. And there's a really fast take of Dragon by OTG, even though UCSC has full vision control.
The owner goes for the Solar Eclipse, doesn't manage to find it, or Solar Flare, sorry. Doesn't manage to find it onto the Orianna. So no follow up there. But Oregon Tech does secure their first dragon, a Chemtech dragon, and we're going to have a Cloud Rift this game. Oh, come on, you guys know the saying, right? Red and white don't fight. Oregon Tech backing up here. Oh, okay, Oregon Tech.
Drew walking in to get the slow
walking in. Oh, that was a really good killer. But a pretty good
big pizza by
Cataclysm, yeah. This Aphelios has a billion chakrams, and he's gonna 3-hit Jhin. Oregon Tech's not really a bunch of health bars left. This Trundle's gonna be putting in some damage, but no losses for either team, so Oregon Tech getting really lucky to get out of alive. One more Aphelios auto. Anything could have really turned that around.
We traded an Ignite and 3 flashes from our team for Lulu's both summoners.
Yep.
For that team fight, and we lost the turret. It's a good play by UCSC. Can just be coordinated. Ooh.
Gragas trading. Teleport's unleashed. You saw that cool little animation there. Looks like Soraka ultimate.
Now the top laners can finally have more influence in what's happening in the game instead of just having to.
Or you saw that one time that TK left lane to go help with Dragon, he lost like 2 plates.
Yeah.
Okay, just getting them off there. Chemtech, first item for Gragas there. Instead of Crown. Going in for the trade.
Instead of Thimble with trade.
Yeah. I mean, well, normally it's like Crown, first item is what I'm saying. Lulu's here to help, but CK flashing away. Gragas not going to be able to catch. Could have flashed there, actually.
Oh, Gragas hits a slow.
But we have Jarvan here, ready for the re-engage. Goes right onto Gragas, and we're at test Gragas. So, yeah, some defensive play there. Pretty good acknowledgement that Gragas is a little bit farther ahead. Has that full mythic item compared to the bombies and the boots for TK. Leona up here as well. Matching the Lulu.
Oriana heading bot to match Jin.
Oh, that's a lot of damage going down. Flash forward. And it's just enough to kill. Solo kill by the UCSC ADC here onto Sea of Soap, the Oregon Tech mid laner.
Yeah, most mid laners are not used to the ADC having two dashes with Gale Force and Flash.
Yeah, but really good snap decision there if you really go for that. And TK trading back on here. Has the lick, could get the stun off. Oh, gets it, but not gonna really trade anymore.
Yeah.
And that wave's in a really bad spot. Trundle here, looking for the dive maybe. Oh, and there it is. Good barrel, get him out of there. W's interrupted, and that's gonna be cross flames going down.
Yeah, and it looks like top turret's going down. So while we enjoy this top turret crumbling, I would like to talk about Oriana's builds, where she went Corrupting Pot into Leandry's for the extra burn.
Yep.
This double burn build is going to help against their 3 frontliner tanks. Oh.
Good dodge by
From the
Fiona going in. Don't have anything. And that's going to be the crown broken quickly.
Crown has to wait another 40 seconds to come back up, or is it 20 seconds now?
I actually think this is another just like terrible crown game, by the way.
Yeah, Crown probably not being the best against Oriana. Just poke and weave it back out.
Tank Gragas isn't going to one-shot you.
Yeah.
You're not super worried about Trundle unless you're mispositioning, and I mean, yeah, I think probably the Leandry's here would have maybe been better for Victor.
Yeah.
Or the Everfrost.
Everfrost, even Ludens would be better just for
Yeah.
for the armor pierce, not magic pierce.
So, gonna have to have a talk with the team after this one.
Yeah, just a little bit of
A little bit of an itemization talk. If Jin builds Collector, I might just leave, actually.
yeah.
See a bit of a lull state here. Dragon's gonna be coming up in 20 seconds. So both teams should be getting ready for that, so it's not actually a lull state. Drew's gonna be backing here, and Tomato pushing out the mid lane. Has to be careful with the Felios. Lots of damage. UCSC has 4 members near this dragon pit.
It looks like OTG's gonna have to give up the 3rd dragon, which is fine, seeing that it is Winsel. It was changed recently, so it is more useful now than it's ever been, but it is still just a movement speed buff, so it's not as worth contesting. It's in fact, it's probably worth more to just keep Elder off the map by trading dragons and to actually take the soul.
Happens, recognizing that Oregon Tech's going to be going up towards the top lane, so teleports up there, pretty good. But Oregon Tech's picking up this Rift Herald, which not very valuable at first, but does pick up the objective bounty, but looks like it's going to be a 5v5 here. Jarvan goes in, finds 2 with the Cataclysm, finds another 2 with the EQ combo. Aphelios putting in a lot of damage with these guns, and it's going to be a wash for UCSC thanks to these Aphelios guns. Lots of damage coming through. Jin's trying to run away from Aphelios, gets bitten and dies. Jarvan looking for a little bit more under this. Oriana finds the kill. And that's going to be a team wipe for the Aphelios with 20 chakrams. Pretty good there from Oregon Tech for being 5k down, but doesn't manage to find it. The Aphelios had the right guns ready at the right time and absolutely took over that fight.
Yeah, just having the clicking team comp where you have your damage dealers being kite and your frontline diving, you can see that how's it Jin? What is his name? Jarvan?
Jarvan.
Yeah, Jarvan did a pretty good job at killing the backline, but no one was left to peel the Jin. You saw Jin running all the way to the back of blue side, almost running straight back to base in order to try to survive. Pretty messy team fight, but OTG did pretty well considering that they're down 5k gold and items they have not bought yet.
And we see this a lot from Oregon Tech actually, even last year. They end up pretty far behind, and then they have these just really good team fights where if they had been equal in money, they would have done a lot better. So just working on that coordination in that early game to make sure they don't fall so far behind would, I think, help them a lot. UCSC though, very good, very deep, strong position in this game here. Thimblewinter completed on Gragas. Oriana's pretty close to that second item too, I think. Kindle Gem, that's the Seraph's build, right?
Yeah.
Alright, Rift Herald going down mid, not a lot from this here, but a little bit of prio, maybe if we get the charge off, which is not going to. Sorry Rift Herald.
Yeah, poor Herald. It doesn't get to
Wait,
dance
what
at the end
is
of the game.
this? What is that? I like looked down there, I'm like, okay, and then I just noticed they were on the wrong side. Like,
Yeah.
a little weird positioning there, but nothing's gonna come of it for either team.
Yeah, having Arrow Crown does stop Crick from getting one shot instantly by Ori ult, so they can just like ignore each other like that.
But still, shouldn't really be an issue.
Yeah.
Alright, clearing out the blue side jungle is UCSC. Where are you looking for it? Jarvan here as well, gonna scan him out. So Slow gets the stun, actually, manages to find that CC and picks up the kill on Orianna. So good pick there from OTG, but that is, I think, them conceding the Baron, unfortunately.
Yeah, they do give up Baron for that, having both the mid laner and the jungler face up bot lane, which is probably not a good thing for OTG, but they do need the gold.
They're going to be picking up 2 towers here, though, so they're going to get some more gold in the pockets for that. 250 split on the outer turret and
mid turret. Just keep in mind that they do have objective bounties, so this makes it really good for them whenever they take any objective.
So not the worst trade for OrganTech, but giving up that Baron's pretty bad. Looks like they might be able to actually get this tier 2 tower.
They are starting a team fight in doing so, though.
They are 5-manning this tier 2 tower. If they turn right here and
if they turn right here, they might do something, but they have to kill the
They're gonna have to kill Aphelios. Really quick Cataclysm on it too, but it's a 2 tanks, so not gonna be too much gonna do. Jarvan gets melted immediately. TK is gonna go down as well. OrganTech's gonna try to get out with the rest of the members. This Victor is gonna go down here. Not really gonna get any damage. Just the OrganTech bot lane left alive right a minute before Dragon spawns. And OrganTech reading for that tower a little bit too hard goes down.
The split gold almost did bring them back in gold. They were only a 2k behind, but after that team fight, it did bring them to the same deficit they were before, around 4k.
Yep.
So there was a good chance there that could have brought them back in the game, but they got a little bit too greedy for that extra turret. Ooh.
Routine looking for the kill on the Victor here. Not gonna find too much. Doesn't have the flash to get over the wall, so Jin pretty safe there.
They will take 2 turrets in a process and possibly Dragon for free.
Dragon's going to be coming up here in 20 seconds. OrganTech is fully back up. 2 teleports available, but nowhere to teleport to except for a really deep ward in the red-blue jungle. Red-blue side jungle. Red side blue jungle.
Yeah.
Jarvan here.
No
trying
words
to get this ward, doesn't get it.
No words on the map from OTG except of the red ward and enemy jungle.
OTG is pushing up mid lane.
Yeah. I think they know that they're doing Dragon and I'm just going to concede it because they can't afford a team fight while they still have Baron up.
Yep. Let's see. So, looks like Jin is going for Lord Doms, so that's good. I'm happy about that. Orianna getting a little bit closer to this Seraph's Embrace. That's going to be a really big power spike. Definitely don't want to have to deal with a Seraph's Orianna one-shotting your whole team. Stair Gauge picked up for Jarvan just now. And Aphelios is on 3 items. So Aphelios is going to take over the game now.
Yeah, you can see that he's abusing that new, the different item called, was it Lord Dominic's Regards?
Yep.
Doing a lot of damage to people with more health than you, especially since OTG has 3 tanks.
3 tanks, Victor's going to probably have more health. But we have a fight going on here. TK is getting chased down. Here's Drew, drops the Solar Slayer, finds the stun. TK should be able to get out. Does manage to do so, pretty good defensive play there for OrganTech, but Drew walked a little bit too far forward, took a lot of damage. Aphelios going to go down. Good pillar there, stops him. Jin being focused down by Gragas. TK is going to go down as well. Gragas falling up, gets rooted, but OrganTech doesn't have any follow-up. Jarvan here, going to have to EQ away. And Drew walking into that Aphelios gives him just a really nice chance to take over that fight, so a little bit of bad positioning there for Drew. The Chaos Storm goes down, finds a lot of damage onto Aphelios, but there's no follow-up, even with the crown up. So, not really too lucky for OrganTech there. Lord Dom's finished on Jin though, so it's going to be some more damage coming into the Gragas and Trumba.
Yeah, Jin might be able to whip out a lot of damage. He is staying alive during these team fights and doing some
Trumba
damage.
right onto Oriole. Only catches Jarvan, but Jarvan's going to be able to get out with the EQ combo. Finds the Gore Drinker to be able to survive. Victor here going to try to put out some more damage. Getting harassed by the Orianna though. Gets the laser down. Let's see, Jin W not going to find any roots, and UCSC is going to take that blue inhibitor and just back out.
Okay, and UCSC is going to take the entire jungle of red side, while Jinzhou will be starving. Jarvan will be starving.
Jarvan is walking into the entire team. He goes in, he ults for no reason, and
Jarvan initiates a team fight that it seems to be losing.
It looks okay. I mean, they don't have the tanks here, but Oregon Tech just doesn't really have the damage to be able to finish this up. Let's go. Drew goes down. That's going to be a 2-0 here. The Aphelios finds that with the Gale Force, Victor doesn't really have a way out here. Going to get Aphelios gets stunned up by the gravity field, pushes through, and I think that might be the end of the game for Oregon Tech here.
Yeah, it's going to be game. The Oregon Tech does not have enough damage to defend. They will have Jarvan coming up very soon with Leona. However, they're just going to keep stacking their deaths. And Aphelios did scale.
So Victor here is going to go down, gets Ori ulted, and that's going to be GG for UCSC 2-0 with a dominating second game. 11 KF, 22 kills to 5. Just a very strong performance by UCSC overall.
How about Jen? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good game. Pretty good attempts by Oregon Tech, considering the goal to deficit.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked the Oregon Tech early game. It seemed pretty good until right around first dragon. Then the jungler was just a little bit more active on the map and able to pick up those early kills and snowball that Aphelios really far ahead.
Yeah, both games, Oregon Tech did have a stronger early game, and they did use it to get a gold lead early. They just need to learn how to keep that advantage going through the rest of the game.
So that's going to be it for us on the broadcast here. I'm Celsius. This is Soulsbound. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week, same time. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.